Every manipulation tactic explained. Gaslighting. It's a manipulation tactic where someone makes you doubt your own reality. They deny things you know happened, twist your words, and rewrite shared memories until you start second-guessing yourself. It doesn't happen all at once. It's gradual, disguised as disagreement or concern. Over time, you begin depending on the manipulator's version of events to feel certain about anything. Gaslighting erodes confidence, fuels anxiety, and reshapes your sense of truth. It's not about confusion by accident. It's control by design, where your reality slowly becomes theirs. When doubt settles in, it weakens your footing, leaving room for another layer of control. Guilt tripping. It's a manipulation tactic where someone leverages your empathy, sense of duty, or moral compass to steer your actions. The goal isn't discussion or understanding, it's control. Your emotions become their tool, your discomfort, their lever. Like being handed a backpack full of stones and told, "Carry this for me." The weight never eases. You overcompensate, apologize, and adjust, trying to fix what wasn't yours to break. Each act chips away at your emotional energy, leaving you constantly monitoring behavior to avoid another stone being added. Over time, you internalize responsibility for their feelings, doubting yourself and questioning your natural instincts. The tactic gradually drains confidence, reshaping choices without consent. When guilt weighs heavily, some manipulators switch to sweetness that feels dangerous. Love bombing. It's a manipulation tactic designed to hook your emotions, overwhelm your judgment, and create dependence. Compliments, gifts, and constant attention aren't spontaneous. They're strategic tools to make you crave their validation. Your happiness becomes tethered to their affection, your emotional rhythm dictated by their presence. At first, the intensity feels thrilling, like winning a jackpot of attention, but the highs are unsustainable. When the affection suddenly withdraws, craving and anxiety spike, and you unconsciously chase the rush again. Each gesture isn't generosity, it's control, systematically reshaping how you feel, act, and rely on them, subtly rewiring your emotional responses over time. Once addicted to attention, silence can become another tool of control. Silent treatment. It's a manipulation tactic where someone withholds communication to control your emotions and behavior. No acknowledgement, no eye contact, no response. Just an intentional wall of silence. It creates tension and uncertainty, leaving you second-guessing what you said or did. Anxiety grows, self-doubt creeps in, and you overcompensate, trying to earn approval or forgiveness that hasn't been requested. Your mind races through every detail, analyzing past interactions, desperate to fix the invisible wrong. Silence becomes a deliberate tool to make you feel responsible for another person's emotional state, and constantly question your own reactions. And when isolation and doubt merge, manipulators can turn allies against you subtly. Triangulation. It's a manipulation tactic where someone pits people against each other to gain control or influence. A friend might tell you, "Alex said you completely mishandled that situation," even if Alex never said it, planting seeds of doubt. By creating tension between you and others, the manipulator ensures you question relationships, rely on them for clarity, or feel compelled to defend yourself constantly. Insecurity grows, alliances fracture, and dependence on the manipulator increases, because they appear to be the only neutral party. Your confidence erodes, your trust in others wanes, and you start overthinking every interaction, second-guessing motives, and unsure who is truthful. And if the blame bounces back, manipulators can deflect responsibility onto unsuspecting targets. Advanced manipulation. Beyond obvious tricks, some manipulators use subtler, highly calculated methods that combine control, reward, and unpredictability. A colleague, partner, or even friend might alternate between lavish praise and sudden coldness. One day they commend your work publicly, the next they barely acknowledge your efforts or dismiss your contributions. This intermittent reinforcement trains you to constantly seek approval, adjusting your behavior, words, and decisions to regain favor. Strategic dependence develops. You begin relying on their validation, advice, or guidance more than your own instincts. They may subtly reshape your goals, question your judgment, or introduce doubt about your decisions, keeping you uncertain. and pliable. Over time, these advanced tactics amplify earlier manipulations like gaslighting, guilt tripping, and even love bombing. Confidence erodes, emotional energy drains, and every choice feels filtered through their expectations. You anticipate reactions, chase fleeting highs, rationalize inconsistencies, and internalize responsibility for their moods. Every success feels temporary, every mistake magnified. Your sense of fairness, autonomy, and control is rewritten by their calculated influence, leaving you emotionally tethered and constantly questioning your reality, even while outwardly appearing competent, confident, and composed. When subtle and obvious tactics combine, the full cycle of control emerges. Projection. They accuse you of lying about something minor, yet you know they were the ones being dishonest. Projection is a manipulation tactic where someone deflects blame, shifting responsibility onto you to avoid accountability while controlling how you perceive the situation. The goal is not reconciliation. It's to make you question your own actions and doubt your memory. Confusion sets in as you replay conversations repeatedly, wondering if you misremember details. Guilt gnaws at you, even when the fault clearly lies elsewhere. Over time, repeated accusations make you doubt your judgment, clouding clarity with self-reproach. You start tiptoeing around interactions, anticipating false accusations, and adjusting behavior to avoid conflict. Reality bends toward their narrative, making them seem like the ultimate authority on truth, while you slowly lose confidence in your own perceptions, questioning what is accurate and what is manipulated. With the truth twisted, subtle dismissal can still drain confidence and assert dominance. Minimization and deflection. You raise a concern, only to be told, "You're overreacting, it's not a big deal." Minimization and deflection are tactics used to reduce your sense of agency and make your feelings seem invalid. By dismissing your perspective, manipulators make you question whether your reactions are reasonable. Emotional exhaustion sets in as you replay the moment, trying to determine if you truly overreacted or if the dismissal is deliberate. Over time, your confidence in your instincts erodes, and you start prioritizing their perception over your own. What felt like a simple conversation becomes a minefield, leaving you drained and hesitant to voice opinions. When manipulation becomes habitual, unseen patterns can shape your decisions and trust. Future control tactics. Some manipulators escalate subtly, using tactics like intermittent reinforcement or goal-based gaslighting. One day, praise and validation pour in. The next, cold distance leaves you craving approval again. Goals you set together are reframed, progress questioned, or achievements minimized to keep you off balance. These tactics combine the effects of previous manipulations, doubt, guilt, dependence, into a continuous cycle where your decisions, confidence, and trust are subtly guided by someone else's agenda. Emotional highs and lows train you to chase their approval while fearing disapproval. Over time, you begin anticipating their reactions before making choices, relying on their cues more than your own judgment. When multiple tactics converge, the manipulator's influence becomes nearly invisible, yet profoundly controlling. Have you noticed any of these tactics around you? How did you cope with them? Let us know in the comments.